Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you what I've done with Opal. Opal is a new product from Google. It allows you to create applications and agents by using full text, so no coding required. What I did, and I got access to this through a VPN because it's only accessible in the US for the moment at least. What I did was I took information that I've collated and written about around emergency messages. Now, emergency messages have a certain template that needs to be followed if you want to create good ones. It's based on research. A lot of people who are doing a lot of great work in that area to optimize our emergency messages in case of health risks or natural hazards and things happening like that. What I did, I organized all this into Opal. And Opal, this is what you're seeing. This is my dashboard. So what you're seeing for the moment on the left here, these little blocks are all tasks that the AI agent will perform. So what I've asked it to do is, at first, it needs to get input. It needs to know who is using or creating the message. That's the source of the message, the hazard, the location, the time, and other things. So that's based on user input. What then will happen is that it will look at information that I've uploaded, so good practice that I've uploaded, but it also will look at publicly available information on the web. Every single box here has a prompt, which then tells that little box to do exactly what it needs to do to be able to move forward. You see, these are all interlinked, so that makes it like a chain of thought. And then what comes out of that is a emergency message, which should be structured in the best way. And the output is also in different formats. I've asked it to create 4 different formats of the same message. And I just wanted to show you how it works. So on the right side, I've got the app, and if I click on start, and now I'm leaving it like this, so you see on the left screen which piece of the app it's using, and on the right screen you can see how the app actually looks like. So it's asking me for the origin of the warning, so who's sending out this warning. Let's call it the National Weather Service. And then it's asking me what type of danger we're talking about here, and let's just say flooding. What is the affected area? I'll say that there's a flooding danger, let's say 3 kilometers around the village of São Silvestre. The start time where it's happening now, and we don't know when that will end. We don't know exactly when the flooding danger will be over, so I'll just put in there unknown. And the potential danger is, well, flooding, drowning, damage to structures. And the action to take is, well, it's actually in there as an example, but I'll just copy that. Seek higher ground and don't drive through flooded areas. What it's now doing, you see the boxes moving ahead. So it's formulating research queries, it's searching for the web, it's also looking at the documents I uploaded, which are documents I've written about emergencies and the structure of emergency alerts, how it should be, again, based on fantastic work by others. And you see it moving through the boxes. So it's done the research now, it's going, doing some more research, double checking everything, and then it's moving through that logic. What is good about this is that you actually can see what is happening. Now, if you would use the app only, the public version of the app, you wouldn't see this. This is because you are looking at my dashboard as a creator. It moved on to compose the actual warning message based on the input I gave it, the research it has done, the documents I provided. And now then the next step will be that it's generating a warning page, which is exactly what you would see popping up here in a couple of seconds. Let's wait, and there you go. So, based on the input that we gave, based on good practice, based on research, it has generated this warning message for this flooding incident. So, the first one that I've asked the app to produce is what we call a 90 character WAA legacy message. This should work with older mobile phones. And it says flood warning, flooding 3 kilometers south Silvestre, seek high ground. Now info URL NWS. So NWS, it gives the source. It leaves room for URL, but again, for older mobile phones, that would maybe not be the case. But it clearly says it's a flood warning, 3 kilometers south of seek higher ground now. It needs to be short because it's 90 characters. That's what that format was. Now we have a 360 character format, which is for more modern phones. Again, there it puts the source of the information first, which actually is good practice. And then flooding now, 3 kilometers around South Silvestre, danger of drowning and structural damage, seek higher ground immediately, do not drive through flooded areas, your safety is our priority, stay informed, and it again leaves room for a URL. The long form is now for web and social. This one is interesting because it's also been looking at how do you actually frame these messages. And I think this is well written. So this actually active situation poses a risk of widespread flooding, potential drowning and damage to homes and structures. Take action immediately to protect yourself and your family. That's positive framing. Seek higher ground, avoid flooded roads, and it gives you more details. Just 6 inches of moving water can knock you down and 12 inches can sweep away a car. What I should have specified, maybe, I've used kilometers, and now it's giving me information in inches. So it could be centimeters or meters. So that is another thing that I can probably ask the system to do and take into account. Monitor local news, why these actions are crucial. Our commitment is your safety, and then individual actions to follow, guidance, etc. So it is very well written. And then I end with a Twitter optimized one. Flood warning, the organization confirms flooding, danger of drowning, seek higher ground, do not drive, turn around, don't drown, stay safe, updates, and a couple of hashtags. Now, this all happens in a couple of seconds. I didn't speed up this recording, and I just wanted to show you this because this is, I think, where AI and technology can make a difference. It's definitely already helpful in this case. I would, of course, never copy paste this and push the send button. That's human in the loop. That's my principle when working with AI. But this is a huge time saver. And as I always say, time is the only resource we cannot create, and we have never enough of during an emergency or a crisis. So this is a time saver. It follows best practice. It can be optimized. This is a first draft. I did this in maybe half an hour of pulling information together and structuring it a little bit and testing it out. But this shows you the potential of how AI can actually be integrated in our job as emergency, risk, and crisis communicators, and how it can actually be a tool to use to support us when the emergencies are declared and when we have to get to work. And I'm pretty amazed by the first results. Again, open to tweaking this. I will be doing that and sharing more information soon. Any feedback on this, don't hesitate, you know where to find me.